And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, 50! Right there, 54, right there. Right now, you got 58.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Yeah, 300. Yeah, 300. Yeah, Liz.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Linval Joseph coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Jumbo! Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
We're going, let's go.
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Vikings now heading onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down. Here's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Hey, check 26.
To throw is Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On 2nd down, it's Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Rodgers now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They start the drive with Cook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. They run again on first down. Cook. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. The return of Cook, a big boost to this Viking offense. Here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Hey, Ringo, 48. Yellow.
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Get 300. Get 300. Hey, check 26. Right there. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers now on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the intended target. And it's third down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Linval Joseph in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Rodgers now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
26. Right now, you got 58.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers move back within a couple of the lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Check four. Two. 382, lane 50. Bingo.
Off the play fake, Cousins under pressure again, and down he goes again. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, and now he bowls him over. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Right. Hey, check 26. Yeah, Liz. Gun. No.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Inside.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Flushed out right. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On third down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They pitch it out to Cook, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They run it again with Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Now Cousins. And he finds Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. A toss to Cook. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam in here.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
23 yards on the play.
It's hard to believe when we look at the numbers that our statistician Marvin has given us about Aaron Rodgers today, that he's been held to this few. That's not normal for him.
And that explains the scoreboard, doesn't it?
It really does. As he goes, so goes his team, and he is just absolutely scintillating, but it's still not over for him yet.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Yeah, Liz. Hold. We're doing it!
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Daniil Hunter able to drop him for a loss of 4. Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, check 26.
Here's Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
We are going.
Rodgers on 3rd down. Flush to his right. It's caught. Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll get it up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Steps up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now he's going to go deep down the left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And maybe some indecision on getting the punt team out there, and they're going to get a delay. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe ward on the other defense. We'll see. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Hey, where y'all going?
On second down, here's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers have moved out in front.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. And I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Run out! Hey, Clifford! Wide. Go ahead.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Jump out!
Rodgers looking to throw. Flushed out right. Incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The Packers on third down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And this is caught at the 20. It's a big play for the Pack on third. 54 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Over. Box it.
Rodgers to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Second down, Cousins. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Za'Darius Smith in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, That rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Green Bay, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even me that, I don't want none of it. It's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse deep and irate, and we act the fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over baby. Put the bread on me, bet on my bacon. Big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and